Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Wild Wednesday. First and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff because life is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you every Monday through Friday. Do keep in mind this week, Thursday and Friday, I will not be here, so I won't be doing another video till next Monday. So if you're all caught up with everything, or if you're not, go back and watch some of my older reviews. I got like a million of them. I don't know. There's so many of them to choose from. Not a million, but there's a lot. Over 100 easily. But either way, also like, share, and subscribe. I like saying that one. And then also look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating, if there is one that exists out there, which most of the time the stuff that I am reviewing won't have one. So keep that in mind. I'll have some trivia on there if there's anything worthwhile of mentioning. And then, of course, a link for a trailer or a scene in the movie. It's very, very, very rare when I do not have either or, because most of the stuff I have, there's at least a fragment of something out there that exists that I can share with you guys, without me uploading everything and running into copyright infringement and all that stuff, because that's not where I want to roll. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's get to the film of the day. This one came out back in 1987. The principal photography was started in 1983. It is none other than Blood Rage, also known as what is it? Nightmare at Shadow Woods. Yeah, that was the other title it ran under, and then it also ran under the title Slasher at one point. It is a slasher. It is a Thanksgiving themed one, which right here, if you look on the front of the cover, this Thanksgiving, it's not cranberry sauce. It is definitely blood from Blood Rage, and this is from Arrow Video. I'm gonna go ahead and lop off that slipcover there and show this hideously ugly artwork that we have on the inside. This is a reversible artwork, just to let you know. So you got either that one or this one to choose from. I'm gonna flip it back to that one because I like that one more. They both kind of suck in my opinion, but this one's more tolerable. But either way, it is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray DVD. Oops, I forgot the other Blu-ray upstairs. It is 3 discs in total. You get 3 different cuts of the film. The Nightmare at Shadow Woods is the original theatrical cut. It runs at, what did that one run at? 79 minutes, and then the cut I watched ran at 82 minutes. So I watched the home video cut, which is the way I prefer it, I guess. I've watched all 3 cuts of the film, and I prefer the home video one the most. It's the most entertaining to me, I guess. Even though there's some horrible over narration over some dialogue that could have just simply been done. Like, the narration didn't need to be there. You could have just been dealt with the dialogue, and then go in between scenes, do your narration, not jumble it up over what is being talked about by both our Louise Lasser character and Marianne Kanter, who plays the doctor of the son of a gun, the asylum that he is being held at, the mental asylum, or whatever you want to call it, the hospital for people that have mental problems. He's being held there. But either way, we're not going to get onto that just yet. We're going to talk about the special features on here first. Like I said, you got the reversible artworks. You got the 3 different cuts of the movies. You got tons and tons of special features in here. You got an interview with stars Louise Lasser, and then you got one with Mark Soper, or Soper. I think it's Soper. One with him, and then you got another one with Marianne Kanter, and then you also got a commentary track on there You get an interview with special effects guy Ed French, so keep that in mind. There's lots and lots and lots of special features on here. I spent the afternoon going through all the special features. I watched the movie yesterday and then spent today doing that. So it's been a blood rage kind of couple of days, if you guys are picking up on that one. It's good fun stuff. Now that is as far as what special features you got in here. It is packed to the gills. And there's also some still galleries, and then an alternative opening sequence under, I forget what the other thing is. Oh, and there's also a 3-minute interview with Ted Raimi in there as well, which is kind of fun because this is his very, very first film, and he talks about how he was getting ready to give up on acting altogether, and he was getting ready to move back home to Detroit and start working with his dad in the family business. One of those ordeals, and he luckily got the part in this. He was 19 years old, as he talks about, and he has a fun little part at the very, very, very beginning of the movie where he is a dude that is selling condoms in the men's bathroom of a really sleazy, skeezy, rundown, not sleazy, but a very rundown drive-in movie theater, which this is the 80s. By then, drive-in movie theaters were basically becoming obsolete. The major cineplexes were coming in, and they were blowing away all of the competition when it came to that kind of stuff. Very different change of times when what they were going into with this one here. All right. Now, who do we got in here? This one, like I said, runs at an hour and 22 minutes. That's the non-rated home video cut. Stars Louise Lasser, which I know her from Mary Hartman, and Bob Newhart, and there was one other show she did. I can't remember right now. Mark Soper, who plays both twins Todd and Terry. They are the sons of Louise Lasser's character. She is an interesting mother. And then we got Julie Gordon, Jane Bentzen, and then, like I said earlier, Marianne Kanter. And this is directed by John Grismer. Grismer, yeah. Grissmer, Grismer. Yeah, that's what my guess is on how to say that one. If I mispronounced it, I am very, very, very sorry. Please forgive me. But either way, let's get on to now that we've got through all that, let's get on to the actual movie. Like I said, you start at the beginning of the movie in a drive-in movie theater where you meet Ted Raimi's character. He is just a brief, tiny little character that you see him for 30 seconds, a minute, something like that, and it's done. But either way, you get the feel of what kind of a drive-in movie theater this is. You quickly find yourself moving in on your starring cast minus one. Your Louise Lasser and the boys are out at the drive-in movie theater. Louise is out on a date, so she has the boys in the back of the car, and they've been sleeping. As the guy said, they've been passed out for the last half hour because he's trying to get some action out of Louise because she's rocking the cleavage like she's got it all pushed together, all crazy like. Definitely the only, I don't know, Louise was not a very, I know I'm not an attractive man, but she is definitely not very attractive in this role. Her teeth are like bright yellow. They look like she's been chewing on sticks of butter. That's how much cigarette smoke and, I'm guessing, coffee stains that she had going on there, because she has a very raspy voice. So I imagine she smokes a lot. Either way, that's neither here nor there. But they're out on a date. The dude's trying to make out with her. One of the twins sneak off. One of them picks up a hatchet and goes over and whacks it upside this dude's face like 3-4 times. Very very nice little graphic slasher part of the movie. I really really like it. You know, they're like I'm guessing like 10 at the time. 9 or 10. I'm thinking 10, but either way, very demented for a kid to do that. He's smart enough to wipe the blood off of himself, wipe blood all over his other brother, and give him the hatchet. And the other brother is in so much shock he doesn't say anything or move. He's just like frozen. So he makes it look like Terry makes it look like Todd did the killing. So then Todd is taken away and he is taken to a mental institution, which 10 years later which I mean every year on Thanksgiving his mother would come visit him, blah 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 blah. But 10 years later, which is where we're at now in 1983, and that's when he breaks out of the asylum essentially. And what happens is he's going back home, and you find out that he is not the killer, obviously, right away from the beginning. And you find out that Terry is going to be he's back up to his old tricks, and he's starting to kill other people. He's using the guise of, oh yeah, my crazy brother Todd broke out of the mental institution, so I'm going to whack all these people and make it look like he's the villain. Perfect scapegoat in my opinion. If it worked the first time, why won't it work the second time? He's going home in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner. They find out this, and Terry, who's an asshole in my opinion, goes against his mother's wishes and decides to basically out the horrible news that Todd has broken out of the facility and is on his way there. He's a real prick in my opinion. He's one of those kids I just would like to punch him in the mouth. That's how arrogant his character was, and it worked in my opinion. That's what the bread and butter was with his character, and it worked, and it really showed how much of a sociopath he was. I would say he was more of a sociopath than a psychopath, or maybe I don't know. Either way, the guy was very mentally deranged and had a brain on his shoulder, a nice brain on his shoulder, enough to say, "Oh yeah, I can pin this stuff on him again." He was at least smart enough to think that way, but in all actuality, we all know what's going on. There's nothing hidden from the viewer from the entire movie. You get to witness and go along with Terry as he's killing these people, like from chopping one of them up with a machete, chopping one's hand off with a machete, stabbing somebody in the neck with a fork, stabbing somebody through with the machete. The machete was a very major weapon in this film, so keep that in mind. It is very key and very major on here. So there is not going to be a lot of variations on deaths as far as ways they're going to be killed. So keep that in mind. Now, as he's going through these people, Louise Lasser's character is basically going completely over the deep end. She was already kind of crazy as is. She's gone over the deep end to the point to where she is excessively drinking like giant glasses of wine and binging food while sitting on the floor. Like, it's really weird. She has like this David Hasselhoff moment where she's sitting in front of the refrigerator and she's got all this food on the floor in front of her, and she's just picking it hand after hand, just eating it like a drunken fool. It's quite an interesting scene. If you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It definitely adds more to the psychosis of Louise Lasser's character, because she is definitely full on gone, to the point to where she gets on the phone and is making several phone calls. You get to witness her breaking down over the phone, thinking she's calling the institution where Todd is being held at. Um, in all actuality, she's just really not giving the operators any kind of information. She doesn't have a phone number. She's gone completely haywire. Her performance is haywire as she gets. If you've seen the movie Requiem for a Dream, when the mom in that, I forget what her name is right now currently, but when she goes through her psychosis of thinking she's going to be on the television show, it's almost that level of that's Louise Lasser's level of this. Not quite as good as Requiem for a Dream, obviously, but she definitely shows that she has sparks of talent in there for as far as her acting ability goes. So she definitely added some layers to this character, in my opinion, from the way she dressed to her mannerisms to everything that she did. She is definitely her and the sons are my favorite characters in the movie. Both Terry and Todd are good. Todd is definitely the beta out of the two. The way they have them, Mark Soper plays both parts. Like Todd will have his hair pushed forward and all kind of messed around, and Terry will have it all feathered back and nice and coiffed and everything, all the perfect looking, and he's got that 80s swagger going on there. Very funny how they do the different differentiations between the two, and obviously Todd's character is very quiet opposed to Terry. Terry is a big loudmouth and always has lots and lots to say. Okay, so they go through all that in the movie, and you got to find out what's going to happen at the very end. Very end is a kind of a fun little showdown. Louise Lasser comes popping in there at the very end with a handgun, and it is a very abrupt ending, almost in ways to both to one of them's character. It happens kind of quick, in my opinion. They should have lingered it just a smidgen more. Then you have another victim shortly thereafter, and it really it is a top notch performance from Louise Lasser. That's all I'm going to say. She came in and just knocked this thing out of the park. She's got the best performance in here. So now, as far as any kind of ratings would go on a technical side, I'm going to give this thing like a 3 out of 5. It's middle of the road. The one saving grace is the story is good. The Louise Lasser's acting is good, so it draws you into her character. Mark Soper's characters are done well enough to pull you in. Terry's girlfriend, who she does a good job being the final girl, and then Terry's friends are they're going to be your random victims, along with a couple of people inside the apartment complex itself, and one of them happens to be special effects man Ed French, who did all the effects for this, which is kind of cool that had a nice little cameo in there. I really like that. That guy's a beast when it comes to special effects, and this was a good one for like his early work. Yeah, 3 out of 5. I'm going to give it on the technical side. Now, on an entertainment side, this thing's probably a 3 out of 5 as well. This is like a 6 out of 10, bordering a a 7 out of 10 kind of movie. It's a C-level slasher, I feel like. Or, it's not quite, it's definitely not top tier. It's not, it's in between middle tier and bottom tier. It's like it's a C-level slasher, in my opinion. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I got stuff to do. I'll see you guys all on Monday. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week. If you're spending it with the family, doing all that stuff, be safe, be careful. And like I said, as always, peace.